Now, another gentleman that knows a lot about what's going on at our southern border and how many people are dying from fentanyl poisoning. Notice I'm saying poisoning and not drug overdoses, because these people are being poisoned to death. With us right now is Derek Maltz. He's a former head of special operations for the Drug Enforcement Agency. Derek, thank you so much for joining us. As always, I see there in the background of your office there, you know, the pictures of people that have fallen victim to our drug crisis plaguing our nation. Is it getting any better, or is it just getting worse?
No, unfortunately, Lydia, it's getting worse. The American public doesn't understand the current crisis. Our government hasn't properly educated all Americans. Like we say, this is impacting everyone, every community, all walks of life. This is not attacking just the Democrats or Republicans. It's attacking everyone. So we have to start stepping it up. I mean, like I like to show, like, again, because people don't seem to really get it, this color coding chart that was implemented after 9/11, right now we're at severe. This is the warning for everyone. We have more unknowns in our country. We have these deadly substances all over the place. You got to remember, the Chinese Communist Party, their fingerprints are not only on the precursors that are being sent to Mexico to make fentanyl, they're now sending mass amounts of nitazene, edonitazene, isonitazene, metonitazene, protonitazene, xylazine. These are deadly chemical substances. So the war has already started many years ago. It sounds kind of dramatic, but look at the death numbers. We've never had this amount of Americans dead, and we've never had a terrorist organization killing this amount of Americans. So we have to start really understanding the magnitude of the threat. And like Jason said, we have to be aggressively going after the cartels. There's no more free rides for them.
What's it going to take, you think, for the rest of the country to wake up and understand that this drug crisis, it affects the mental health system, it affects the prison system, it's why you're having people squatting, of course, crime, why people are shoplifting, and just having this revolving door of justice and, you know, giving people a slap on the wrist for committing a crime is simply not the answer, that they have to be held accountable if you want these people to get the help they so desperately need?
Well, for one, we have to have honesty coming out of the White House. We have to have a national security, public health emergency declared almost immediately. We need to get professional athletes, celebrities, role models to understand this is not just somebody, you know, smoking a joint or snorting a line of cocaine. This is a poisoning against our future generation, and we need everybody's help. So we have to educate the people. We have to stop the demand. We have to give the American people that are addicted to these opioids, we have to get them real help. We have to hold people accountable. When we're giving money out for treatment and rehabilitation, we have to see results. But most importantly, Lydia, if you had a flood in your house and the water was leaking from the upstairs pipe that broke, the first thing you're going to do is shut off the main valve. Well, the main valve to our problem is right now the Mexican cartels. Unfortunately, with the open border, they have impunity to operate. They're making billions from not just the drugs, but the sex trafficking and human trafficking. So they have no fear. So if we're going to be soft on crime and we're going to allow these gangs to come in our country and, you know, hurt innocent old people that are walking the streets in Manhattan, I mean, it's ridiculous. Some of the most violent gangs in the world are now coming to America. El Salvador is a good example. MS-13 are fleeing El Salvador because their president is putting them into terror prisons, and they don't want to go to prison. They can come to America and get freebies. They get ATM cards. They get treated like they get put in hotels in Manhattan. Why stay in the country where they're going to go to these terror prisons? So it's totally out of line. The American public, regardless of the political view, should be pissed off. Our kids are dying. Our families are suffering. So I don't know what it's going to take. It's shocking to me that it's been going on so many years now, and it's getting worse because the border is just wide open.
It truly is. And, you know, all Joe Biden has to do is, you know, just shut it down, even as a national security crisis in and of itself. I mean, we saw what happened after 9/11, how many it took to bring down New York City. And now we've allowed over 10 million people. It's incredible. Derek Maltz, thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and keep up the good work. You're doing God's work. I truly believe that. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Appreciate your help.